still. This is Tosha, and you are tuning into the Supernova Tosha Show podcast, the show that addresses social issues and how it affects our community. And today we're going to be addressing resilient hearts and real love. If you guys ever heard of the Sierra Prayer, well, we're going to get into it. So, thank y'all for being here today. I just want to start out by saying that life doesn't end after a failed relationship, often begins in a deeper, more powerful way. So, for many women, heartbreak has been the turning point that led to growth, self love, and ultimately the kind of relationship that they truly want and truly deserve. There's some inspiring examples of this journey. I want to talk about the rapper Eve and also Gabourey Sidibe. Okay, so we've been seeing so many beautiful images of celebrity women, especially those who've experienced heartbreak, finding love again, and thriving in new relationships. And I'm not just talking about celebrity women; it happens for women all over the world. But because you and I don't know the same people, we're just going to relate to people that we know of. Not that I know them in real life, but just women that we know of, and I'm using them as illustration purposes, right? Okay, so in the past, Eve was romantically linked to producer and reality star Stevie J. You may know him as Stevie when he ultimately got with Rosalind Hernandez. But she was linked to reality TV star Stevie J, and her hit song "Got a Man" is reportedly about him, as well as fellow rappers T.I. and Nelly. Now, a lot of this information I didn't know until I started doing the research, because I didn't know that she was linked to T.I. nor Nelly. There are also rumors of a brief relationship with actor Michael Ealy. Didn't know that either. Michael Ealy, beautiful, beautiful eyes. Then in 2010, everything changed when she met British entrepreneur and former race car driver Maximilian Cooper at the launch party for his Gumball 3000 Motor Rally. Cooper was instantly mesmerized by the Grammy winning rapper and actress. After nearly 4 years of dating, the couple tied the knot in a stunning beachfront wedding in Ibiza, Spain in 2024. And to add to Eve's credit, she's also a talk show host. She was a talk show host as well as rapper and actor. Before finding lasting love with British entrepreneur Maximilian Cooper, rapper and actress Eve Jihan Jeffers Cooper, that's a mouthful, experienced her share of heartbreak and disappointment. Over the years, she was involved in several high profile relationships, some of which played out in the public eye, leaving her vulnerable to both emotional pain and also to public scrutiny. Like many women, Eve reached a point where she had to confront her own patterns and decide what was truly deserved in love, not just attention, but commitment, understanding, and respect. Now, Maximilian Cooper is the visionary behind Gumball 3000. And Gumball 3000, that is a global lifestyle brand and entertainment group best known for its annual car rally, which has been thrilling auto enthusiasts since 1999. And one of the greatest bucket list experiences possible begin behind a wheel. So let's see. He was born in 1972 in Worcestershire, England. Cooper developed a love for sports early on with a passion for football, Formula One, and even competitive table tennis. Creativity ran in the family. Both of his parents were musicians, and his father later became an abstract painter. His grandfather's impressive collection of Italian sports cars helped ignite Cooper's lifelong obsession with racing. And Cooper also earned a degree in law and film from the University of Sussex. all while living an adventurous double life, modeling for fashion giants like Armani and Ralph Lauren, racing for McLaren and Porsche, and even skateboarding competitively. Um, I'm someone who loves it when people just have so many things going on and they're successful at it. So, hats off to him. Now, instead of allowing past experiences to define her or cause her to settle for less, Eve made a powerful choice. She turned inward, focused on personal growth, and embraced her healing journey. She also began prioritizing her self worth and emotional well being, laying the foundation for a different kind of love to enter her life. Who's that girl? La 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 la. Oh my God, the love came in the form of Maximilian Cooper, the British entrepreneur and the founder of the international known Gumball 3000. Now, despite their differences in background, him being a white businessman from the UK and her a black woman who came up in the American hip hop industry, their connection proved to be built on something far more important: shared values, deep respect, and genuine partnership. And I have to admit that when I first learned about this couple, I thought, the odd couple? They had to be, they didn't come from similar backgrounds. What could they possibly have in common? And I do hope it lasts because I'm very happy for Eve. Um, because when she was with Stevie, I didn't really follow their relationship as much. But after the breakup, Stevie had some really snarky things to say about her in the media. And I just feel like, if you break up with someone, and you have your differences and you had your fair share of bad blood, or it was a bad breakup, you can talk about it, but there's just a way to talk about some things. And um there's a part where he spoke about her hygiene, and um, that was just, that wasn't it. That was not it. So I'm so glad that she was able to find this wonderful person. Like I said, they shared values, deep respect, and genuine partnership. Now, what makes their relationship truly inspiring is the unshakable support that they show one another. Eve has mentioned in interviews how Maximilian supports her in every facet of her life, from her music to her acting to her identity as a strong, independent Black woman. She shared that this is the first relationship where she felt truly safe to be vulnerable. To grow and to evolve, not just as a partner, but also as a woman. All right. I love this for you, Eve. It's a good look. Once again, said that being with someone who sees her, someone who values her strength and still holds space for her softness, was life changing. It's a reminder to all women that when you stop accepting less than you deserve, you make room for the kind of love that respects, honors, and celebrates you. I love that she's in her soft girl era. I love that she's in her feminine era. Um, I had not attended a lot of rap concerts, but I do recall very, very in my young 20s, I went to see her at a little club somewhere. I think it was in Miami. And she was a young rapper. I don't think she had signed with the Rough Riders as yet. I'm not sure if she was, but she was performing, and all she had was just her and a hype woman, let's say. And she was in the club. And what I remember most about her, she was, basically going on about being an independent woman and making your own coins. And um, a guy in the audience threw some money at her, and she found it to be very disrespectful. And so, she stood up for herself, defended herself. And he literally was in the audience about to jump on the stage and, physically um, I don't like just physically attack her. So luckily that security intervened. But she was just basically like, "What are you doing? That's disrespectful to me, and I'm going to speak up for myself." And he didn't like it. He didn't take it well, and so he wanted to rumble. And she's not very big. She's actually a small person. So yeah, that just showed the type of person he was. But she was very assertive, and she had on some overalls, very tomboy, very rough rider. So now we see Eve, when she performs, she's in more uh, tight fitting, body fitting costumes, as you would say. And when we see her on the red carpet, she's more demure and alluring. And she's more wearing gowns, and she has hair where there's extensions. Because back then, she always rocked a bald head, a bald cut, and very minimum with the makeup. But now she's glammed and just glammed and glammed. So it's nice to see that she's doing well. So let's talk about how across our media feeds and the entertainment world, Gabourey Sidibe has been living a beautiful, different chapter, right? So, the beloved actress, best known for her breakout role in Precious, has grown into her role as a wife and mother with incredible grace. Now married and celebrating the arrival of twins, she seems to radiate a joy that wasn't always visible under Hollywood's intense spotlight. Her journey has been one of resilience, self acceptance, and an unwavering embrace of love, both for herself and those around her. Seeing how she cherishes her growing family, I can't help but feel uplifted by her example. She's committed not just to success in her career, but also to nurturing deep, lasting connections in her personal life. And I've come to appreciate how transformative it is to witness real, heartfelt love just to take shape, right? So, Gabourey Sidibe's marriage and expanded family serve as a gentle reminder that genuine relationships flourish in the quiet, unfiltered moments. Bedtime rituals with newborns, the steady presence of a loving partner, and the acceptance of life in all its imperfect beauty. If these former relationships taught us anything, it's that genuine intimacy matters more than layered pitches, and that true connection, like that now blossoming in Sudabe's life, is based in shared vulnerability, mutual respect, and heartfelt support. We're not done. We are not done because we are going to move on to our girl, Sierra. This beat is automatic, so melodic. So, all right. So this is as much as I can do without YouTube flagging me. So have you heard about Sierra's prayer? If not, let me explain. Okay, so rapper Sierra has revealed that her relationship she has revealed her relationship prayer, and let's just say that God showed up, showed out, and did that. I found the prayer online, because there's okay, so Sierra's prayer is actually a song. She did a song with I can't remember right now, but it's a collab she did. It is actual song, but then she also published the prayer that she prayed for her husband. So Sierra's prayer is, let me read it to you. I pray the next man of my life will be my husband. I pray he loves me, leads me, guides me, reassures me. I pray that he holds me. I pray that I have everything I want and I need in him. I pray he will love me the way that you love me. Your love is unconditional. You are the way, the truth, and the life. In you, there's hope. Lord, you say, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy. I believe in this pure love. This is what I want. Lord, thank you for reminding me who I am. I am a queen. I deserve to be treated like one. I am a warrior. I will get up. I am a child of God. I am everything you say I am. I'm an overcomer. I'm built for this. Lord, I'm ready. In Jesus' name, amen. Yeah. And what does he do? He showed up and he showed out. Well, from what I remember from Sierra, the first person I remember her being linked with was Bow Wow. And I don't know if they were about the same age. I just remember he was Lil Bow Wow. And when he first came on the scene, he was like a little kid. But because I'm trying, okay, because he's not very tall, I always thought he was a teenager, even when he was a full adult. So I always thought she was older. I don't know if she is, because this really isn't about the both of them. It's about her and her current husband. But I know that she was linked with Bow Wow. Never thought they were a match. Knew that was going to work out. And then she linked with Future. So Sierra and Future first ignited romance in 2013, quickly becoming one of music's most buzzed about couples. They got engaged, welcomed their son Future Zahir in May of 2014, and Sierra even featured Future on songs like Sorry and Anytime, tapping into the energy of love and music. The relationship took a turbulent turn. By August of 2014, amid rumors of Future's cheating, the couple called off their engagement, though they briefly reconciled for their son's sake. By year's end, things unraveled for their son's sake. Okay. Sarah wasted no time transforming her heartbreak into raw R&B. In January of 2015, she released "I Bet," a haunting ballad widely believed to be a diss track aimed at Future. Lyrics like, "I bet you start loving me as soon as I start loving someone else." Ooh, really now, Sierra? That was they were interpreted as commentary on Future's alleged infidelity. Critics praised it as a powerful return and a personal statement. Meanwhile, Future responded with subtle jabs in his own music, although not as publicly dissected. Their ongoing tensions spilled into public and legal arenas. Sarah filed lawsuits alleging defamation and harmful parenting claims, while Future countered. The courtroom drama continued well into 2016. And I do remember that they were going back and forth um, online, and I felt sorry for their son because no matter what you put on the internet, that stuff does not get erased. And at some point, when he gets older, he might read the comments between each other, and they were really harsh. So the drama didn't end there. In 2013, Future dropped "I Won," featuring Kanye West, describing um, fiancés as trophy wives, a song later shadowed by the split. And even in 2023, he couldn't resist taking another jab. This aimed at Sierra's current husband, Russell Wilson, in Quavo's track "Turn Yo Click Up." I never heard that song. I don't listen to Future. Any man that goes back and forth with a woman, I have several unhealthy names for them. But with Sierra, she healed through her art, right? The Sierra found her voice through "I Bet," reclaiming her narrative and emerging stronger. The song resonated deeply, turning her pain into a powerful message about betrayal, growth, and resilience. Future's later music, though layered with veiled critiques, reflects a darker, more introspective path. Boo. Okay, so what began as a high profile romance morphed into a saga of infidelity claims, diss tracks, and legal battles. Sarah and her music rose above the drama, turning personal turmoil into artistic triumph. Future, meanwhile, has continued to grapple with his past through both music and public commentary. Their relationship may be over, but the echoes still resonate. in children, in songs, and in the unresolved tension between two creative powerhouses. Out of that pain came transformation. She leaned into her faith, self worth, and motherhood, and famously prayed for clarity, love, and a man who would honor her heart. That prayer would later go viral as Sierra's Prayer, especially after she met and fell in love with NFL superstar Russell Wilson. The two married in 2016, and their union has been widely praised as a model of mutual respect, purpose, and God centered love. Wow, I didn't know that they got married in 2016. It's a long time. Wow. Okay, today's Sierra is more than just a survivor of a toxic relationship. She's a thriving wife, mother of four, entrepreneur, and role model for women everywhere. She turned heartbreak into a healing anthem and showed that sometimes the end of a relationship is just the beginning of your best chapter. In a world where headlines are often filled with scandal, ego, and breakups, Russell Wilson is a refreshing example of what it means to lead with character, love, and integrity, both on and off the field. A Super Bowl winning quarterback, philanthropist, and devoted family man, Wilson has proven time and time again that being a strong man means uplifting the people you love. When he married singer Sierra, he just didn't say I do to her. He embraced everything that came with her, including her son, future Zaire. So from day one, Russell loved and raised him as his own, showing the world that real fatherhood looks like, regardless of biology. His quiet strength and gentle leadership spoke volumes, winning hearts everywhere. Their 2016 wedding looked like a modern day fairy tale, elegant, joyful, and deeply spiritual. But the magic didn't stop there. Russell later gifted Sierra partial ownership of the Seattle Sounders soccer team. Wow. So she's part owner of her soccer team, right? A powerful gesture that shows he doesn't just support her dreams, he invests in them together. They've since welcomed more beautiful children and built a blended family rooted in love, grace, and unity. Perhaps one of the most admirable things about Russell is the way he fully supports Sierra, not only as a wife and mother, but as a dynamic, sultry, and empowered artist. He never tried to dull her shine or change her sexy, confident style. Instead, he claps the loudest, cheers the hardest, and lets her soar. From Super Bowl MVP to super dad, from teammate to life partner, Russell Wilson is proof that love, respect, and faith are the true measures of a man. Now, I just want to say that this week, right? It's been a really heavy one. Hearts have been weighed down with grief, and it feels as though an entire era, particularly the 80s, is slowly fading as so many of our beloved icons from the time pass away. And also, may they all rest in peace. I will cover one of the icons that I grew up with and admired. But right now, there's just so much surrounding their departure that until I can get clarity or some kind of correct information, because there's so much misinformation, and I don't want to um, put out misinformation because it's very disrespectful to the family members and also to their legacy. And so I just wanted to take the time and say that in the midst of that collective sadness, I felt good, necessary even to embrace something lighthearted and uplifting. And with so many podcasts and platforms that constantly pit women against men or debate who's high value and who's not high value, what you bring to the table. It was just refreshing to focus on something that simply made me smile. And at a time when love seemed increasingly rare or unrealistic for many, telling or hearing a feel good story was exactly what my heart needed. So, Lately for me, my For You page, when I go online, it's been filled with nothing but 80s content. The songs, the TV shows, the fashions, and the tributes to the stars that we've lost. Now, for some reason, my algorithm has, clearly picked up on the nostalgia. And honestly, it's taken me back to a simpler time, a time when we were outside playing hopscotch and jump rope, using our imaginations to play cops and robbers or have epic water gun fights. And back then, if the ice cream man came by, whoever had a dollar, we shared it. And, we'd buy each other ice cream sandwiches or ice cream cones without thinking twice. Afterward, we'd come in and we'd gather around the TV as a family or, just with friends. We'd watch shows like The Cosby Show or, for example, soaking in the joy and the comfort of these shared moments. And so the nostalgia has made me a little emotional as well. And, it's hard knowing that we can never truly go back to that era. And it's basically like a world that no longer exists except in memories and music. And certain songs, smells, and visuals now carry the bittersweet weight of time passing and innocence lost. So doing something light like this story, it's hopeful and it's helped to lift that weight. And it's reminded me that despite all the noise, there's still space for joy, connection, and even love. It gave me a renewed sense of faith in humanity and that love can still exist. And I don't know if you've ever heard, but there is a theory called the last meeting, right? So the last meeting says that once you and someone that you deeply love have completed your spiritual journey together and you've learned all the lessons meant for the both of you, the universe will ensure that you won't cross paths again. No matter how close you live and how many mutual friends you have in common, you just won't ever meet again. And maybe just maybe that theory explains why sometimes even when the love was deep and real, you're not meant to be together anymore because your journey together has run its course, right? And we've seen that happen where you think two people were so deeply in love, so madly in love, and then something happens where they're just no longer together. So, still through all of this, the loss, the memories, the goodbyes, there is comfort in knowing that new moments, new hope, and maybe even new love still awaits. Right? We're hopeful. We're hopeful. All right, ladies and gentlemen, everyone, to my loyal family, the Supernova Tosha Show podcast can be heard on these apps such as Spotify, Pandora, and tune in or even iHeartRadio. You can listen to me on iHeartRadio. And the goal for me is to be on the top 10 best podcast list to listen to. And so please, I ask you to share, to subscribe to my YouTube channel and spread the word. I'm so grateful for the time. I thank you so much for being attentive and for listening, right? And I appreciate your presence. I want you to be careful, be safe, walk good, and peace be still.